Now, Super 30. It's a biographical movie based on the life of Anand Kumar, who runs the Super 30 classes in Patna. Now, is this movie any good? Let's find out in this full review of Super 30. Before we begin, if this is your first time here, in case you've just forgotten, my name is Puneet and you're watching the Afterthoughts Network. Let's get to it. Now, Super 30 stars Hrithik Roshan playing the character of Anand Kumar, who's the lead in this movie. It also stars Aditya, Shrivastava, Pankaj Tripathi, Amit, Sadh in prominent roles, and the movie is directed by Vikas Behel. Yeah, the one who was accused in the Me Too scandal. So we'll not talk about him anymore till he is proven innocent. Anyway, the movie was highly criticized before it came out. After the trailers came out and people saw the look of Hrithik Roshan and the accent that he has done in this movie. I mean, he was really criticized all over the place because Hrithik Roshan cannot do accents. We have seen this many times before and he just cannot work with accents. So I think he was just miscast for this movie. That's what I thought from the trailers.
इतना गलत कैसे हो सकता है भाई?
Then I saw this movie. I mean, it's a good movie. All of the performances are really good in this movie, especially Aditya Shrivastava and Pankaj Tripathi. They have some really interesting roles and really interesting characters, and some of the scenes which include both of them are brilliant. Pankaj Tripathi is a flawless actor. I mean, seriously, in whatever movie he does, he is just superb. मतलब उसको देखने में जो मजा आपको आता है ना, जो कैरेक्टर वो पोर्ट्रे करता है, he's just amazing in everything he does. Now, Amit Sadh has a very small but very important role in this movie. And talking about the lead, Hrithik Roshan, I would still say, after watching the movie and the trailer, that he was probably miscast in this movie. And the reason for his casting was just the star power, nothing more. Because his character has been portrayed very good in this movie. All of the things that he goes through, how he reacts to the stuff, and it has been portrayed brilliantly by Hrithik Roshan. I mean, he has done his best at what he can do. But that does not justify his casting for the movie because, first of all, he cannot work with accents. And many of the time his accent gets so pronounced in the movie that you can actually feel that he's working hard at it. I mean, he's doing nothing wrong in this movie, but he just takes you and pulls you out of the movie every time he speaks or every time he comes on screen. Except 2 times in this movie, when he has actually shown some brilliant acting chops that were required and that have actually made him into the star power that he is today. Apart from that, whenever he spoke, it pulled me out of the movie. And the makeup of Hrithik Roshan in this movie, it did not help in any way. I mean, वो इतना गोरा है, आप उसको थोड़ा सा काला फेस करके, पुराने से कपड़े, एक शर्ट और गमछा डाल के बिहार का एक छोटा सा गरीब आदमी दिखाने की कोशिश करो. That is not Hrithik Roshan. I mean, he can at most play a poor person of a city. Something like a lower middle class person of Mumbai or Delhi. He cannot just play someone who's a really poor guy in a really small town like Patna.
बन जाएगा.
That was all about the acting. Now, what is the story of this movie? Well, if you're not familiar with the story of Super 30, it's basically this genius guy, Anand Kumar, who was actually recruited for Cambridge, but he could not go because he could not gather the funds. So he is a brilliant mathematician, and due to circumstances he starts working for this coaching institute that trains students for IIT coaching. You know, that was all the rage 2 years back, 3 years back, 10 years back. It still is in some ways, but yeah. So he was working for this institution, and then suddenly he has an epiphany. He realizes that what he's doing is just empowering the privileged. So then he moves his ways and starts a new coaching center on his own for 30 underprivileged but really talented students. That's the basic premise of this movie. And that is the reality of the Super 30 classes run by Anand Kumar. Now, talking about the screenplay and the story of the movie, this movie takes some really great creative liberties. Great not in a good way. मतलब कुछ जगहों पे कुछ भी किया है. Literally, they have done whatever that came to mind. I mean, yeah, application of mathematics in real life is good. But you cannot just show 30 students, small kids basically, fighting with armed goons who are armed with guns, fighting with them through mathematics. I mean, no one would ever believe that it happened. But yes, you can take some creative liberties for the movie, but this much leap of faith from the audience is not expected and should not be hoped for. I mean, some of the things are utterly preposterous in this movie. All in all, I would say that this movie had a really big job to do right off the gate, right after the trailer came out. And it delivers on some part and does not deliver on many others. So, I would say it's not a great movie. It's not a bad movie. There are some good redeeming qualities about this movie. I mean, the struggle of Anand Kumar to get these 30 students into IIT is really commendable, and it has been shown brilliantly in parts. The other parts, the movie fails miserably. So, all in all, it's a pretty mediocre movie, but a story that should be seen by everyone because it has some human elements into it, and it really motivates people to do their best to help the underprivileged and not benefit the privileged. So all in all, I would say that this movie is worth watching at least once in the theatre. It's not a must watch, so if you want to skip it, you could, but I really feel that people should really watch this movie just to get to know the story and mind it before you watch the movie. The accent of Hrithik Roshan will pull you out. Just stick with it, just force yourself to be in the theatre, and you're good to go. So, have you seen this movie, or are you planning to watch Super 30 in the theatres this weekend? Whatever you think, please write down in the comment section below and let me know what are your thoughts about this movie. And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you hated it for some odd reason, give it a thumbs down. And if you would like to see more from our channel, please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever a new video drops. Till that happens, my name is Puneet and you're watching the Afterthoughts Network. Bye bye.